Howdy, Buffalo Bart here, and welcome. Gonna try to remain quiet. This is Breathedge. Okay, so why am I showing this and why am I listing this in my Unreal Engine 4 category? Well, this was made in Unreal Engine. This game is of a humorous nature and does not seek to offend anyone. All the characters and the events in the game are fictitious, even if they are not. Okay. There may be strong language and scenes of violence in the game, at least we hope so. Okay, so a game that was developed that has tongue-in-cheek nature was developed in Unreal Engine 4, and there's a lot you can learn as a developer, even in this very short, small game. Okay, there's just a lot to look at. So first off, you got this. This is a splash screen that comes up only on the very beginning. And this is our main character. And not a bad menu. It's very simple. You can see it's got early access written down the bottom. The basics, play, settings, and exit. A lot of good settings. You got game settings. You can set your text language, voice language, subtitles. The escape key helps to function going back and forth. Graphics, controls, sound. Okay, good. So I'm going to create a fresh playthrough. I'm most of the way through with the first playthrough of this first setup. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Play, and I'm going to create. I only got about 2.5 hours in there. So far, don't think these function yet, but change this to stream, standard, and play. So this is nice. You got your save game comes up first here, and you can pick your difficulty when you're creating it, give it a name and difficulty level, and then hit play. Nice little intro. Read the subtitles. Some people will get that, some won't. The Red Ruin software team is categorically against smoking, which causes loud headlines in newspapers and other diseases, and therefore we suggest that you replace this dangerous cigarette in the robot's claw for something more useful. Yay censorship, or no, let them smoke. Okay, normally I've done let them smoke, but let's try the other way.
Here you are again. Did you have time to think of how to behave during the interrogation? Remind him, R2-D3. You tell us all you know from the beginning. No lie. Confirm?
Spitting while you're wearing a spacesuit? No bueno.
You tell us all from the beginning, or violence. You tell us that you fly to the funeral of the liner explode radicals of Green Universe. Confirm?
I could sit there and spit all day long, but it's kind of pointless. Interstellar liner unnamed. Your yogurt or some other garbage ads could be here. Gotta have humor. Supposed to be a killer broccoli. Looks like a guy in a suit. What row? Doesn't look very good. Nice, not super high poly, not really low poly. It's a good in between.
You lied to me. Logo was impossible. Could not see the shuttle from space. Tell truth, no lie. Confirm?
Gotta save chicken. The chicken is very important. Okay.
Greetings. I'm your funerary spacesuit's built-in guide to the world of space funerals. Before we start communicating further, confirm that you are still able to read after the impact. Splendid. You've gotten into a non-standard situation. The Breathedge Global Funeral Agency is proud of its impeccable history. However, your death may cause the loss of its reputation. Therefore, we suggest that you stop the gas leak and survive.
So we have to plug the gas leak. So we'll do it wrong the first time.
To stop the leakage, you'll need an object without any holes.
Yeah, we gotta do that one more time.
To stop the leakage, you'll need an object without any holes. When picking up any useful items, you can stuff them in your pockets, calling it an inventory, if you will. Take out the chewing gum from your pocket. Try not to get your funerary spacesuit sticky while holding the chewing gum in your hand.
I'm sorry. I had to do it one more time.
To stop the leakage, you'll need an object without any holes. You deserve some words of encouragement. That's impressive. You've almost won. Remember that the funerary spacesuit isn't designed for long-term use of persons or animals in outer space. It is recommended to immediately call for help on the interphone, improve the spacesuit, or become depressed.
It offers depression quite often, so. Alright, so in here we actually have gravity. Out there we don't. So as we go through that room, or that door, and I like the door. Not only does it just move to the side, but it also rolls. Both these two doors do the same thing. First thing I want to do is turn off the radio. Okay, so what do we have here? It wants us to use this.
Just the antenna, you'll have to go into outer space.
Okay, so now we get our first taste of going into outer space.
A source of increased radiation is detected. Probably this is the central core of the liner. Be careful, the radiation will kill you instantly in such a suit.
Alright, so we're in outer space. You see there's an icon of a fist. This is where it wants us to go.
That was a close call. Try to adjust the antenna there. You've got great engineering skills. You have broken the antenna completely. Now you will need some special equipment and interphone activation codes, which are encrypted in the memory of the steering wheel if it's still intact.
So we gotta watch our oxygen there. Oxygen is not unlimited. Notice where it says breathe and your blue guy's face there in the lower left. That's your oxygen meter. But over here first. But this is where I need to go
like
now.
The steering wheel. Great news! Using my ingenious 2-digit password matching algorithm, I managed to hack the interphone activation codes. Now all that's left is to build a cryptographic debugging station to reconfigure the interphone using these codes, which will take about 5 years with your current skills. Remember that you are still able to become depressed.
Always a good option. So we need to use this, our processor. This is our crafting system here. This is where we're going to go back and forth quite a bit to do that. So we need a cryptographic debugging station, which is 2 metal and 1 wire. We don't have that, so we're going to have to go and scavenge that. Now there are some things, like there is some rubber right there you can get. You get storage right here. Bed allows you to rest and regenerate your health. The back scratcher, we'll need that later, but we can go ahead and take it now. That's a grabber tool, which will come in handy later on. Not so useful right now, but it will be much later. So, out here in space, you got, well, there's Grandpa's mug, and you can zoom around. It doesn't do anything. You've got different globules in space. These are nutritious goo, which you'll need to gather those, and ice. The two of those together will create food, and just 2 ice will create a bottle of water you can drink. So that's cool. Well, you know, you got to have something else besides just the norm. So as you're floating around, which I need to hurry up and get back because I'm already short on oxygen. Metal.
The sensors report the presence of some nearby cooling gel. Its microscopic particles can settle in the glass of the spacesuit, forming some beautiful frostwork, which can lead to visibility deterioration.
So if you run out of oxygen, you start losing health. And when you run out of health, you die. And you just can load your last autosave. Now there is a blueprint sitting right next to our table there, so we need wire, and we'll go get that. There's a blueprint here for the drill, which will come in handy for much later. Nothing on the back. We will leave it because we don't need to carry it. We just learned it. Alright, electrical wire. Just happens to be some right over here. But it's a little bit hot.
An electric shock of such power can lead to the failure of my systems, and I can't guarantee the safety of your corpse before the arrival of the funeral team.
See? Chicken is helpful. Use a chicken to defuse live wires. And get an achievement called Chicken Dielectric. Alright, we're going to get some more oxygen and actually go and get the wire, and we'll get set up to make this first tool that we need. Alright, having only 50 seconds of oxygen is a pain in the ass. You can expand that, but not yet. So we need wire. See, that's plastic. There's some
Judging by
wire.
the primary analysis of the destruction, most of the passengers of the liner died. This might be the biggest catastrophe in the history of astronautics, the reasons for which are yet to be clarified.
Yeah, so apparently you were on the way to the funeral of some mafioso boss, and you failed in that because your ship was blown up. Not really your fault, but... Alright, cryptographic debugging station. Let's see what this looks like. Alright, let's bind this to number 1, this to number 2. Alright, so use interphone. It's broken, so we have to use a tool.
This is exactly what was on the blueprint, then try to reconfigure the receiver. If you have any doubts concerning it, then you will eventually suffer an electric shock, and then your spacesuit will automatically take your body measurements to order a coffin from our company. Thank you for joining the Global Funeral Agency.
Yeah, it's not a good feature in your spacesuit to automatically have a measuring device to know what size casket you need. So there, we debugged. Attention survivors, the rescue shuttle Hope was sent
The
for
rescue's
you.
arrival time exceeds your estimated lifespan by 4,369 years. You need to get to the extraction point yourself, getting past the radiation. However, it's impossible to do this with your current skills. To increase your level, you need to create some crap imposed by the developers.
Create some crap imposed by the developers. So let's go look. We just got a new blueprint for crap imposed by the developers. 2 refined metal, some wire, and thick electrical tape. So with thick electrical tape, we are going to need let's see, do we have a blueprint for it? Yes. A handy scrapper. So we need 3 more metal. And the metal, you can tell from all the floating debris, is the orange stuff. And there's one here. And here. Incredible, survived one. Yes, even in space we're getting Russian fake porn spam. Ah, I got to love it.
It wasn't possible to determine the coordinates of the survivor. Communication only works on reception, which gives a good reason not to respond and not to be distracted, despite the objections of the hormonal system.
In other words, try to ignore the Russian porn spam. Alright, so we got 3 metal. Come back in here. Equipment, tools, handy scrapper. One of the most important ones, and I suggest once you get out there and you're actually playing, then I would suggest having 1 to 2 spares when you go out. So, knowing that we're going to need a bunch more, these are... Just hit them with your scrapper. The scrapper doesn't last a super long time. That's why I say whenever you have the chance, build a couple extra. That's a stupid coffee mug again. Usually end up just knocking it as far as I can. Alright, let's go get some more air. And yeah, the air expansion we'll do next. I need 4 metal. I'm very beautiful. You save me, I beg. Come back here, you
Your
shit.
interlocutor has a very sweet accent, causing fatal errors in my grammatical functions.
So yeah, it's, you know, par for the course. You're gonna have to sit here and loot. We're gonna go back. I think we got 4. And we need to get wire and thick electrical tape, which is made from rubber. Yep. 2 refined metal. Shit, we need 4 more. Damn it. Alright, so resources, refined metal. I'll probably end up breaking this damn handy scrapper before end up getting the things from the floating chunks. So when possible, try to get the smaller pieces first. Let's do tree, and we're gonna need water soon. Yay, we learned a recipe for the bottle of water. And let's just grab what we can water-wise. Okay on food for now. Water. I'll make 2 bottles of water. You have to wait for this thing to go all the way up, because if you click off of it, then, yeah. Hey, Russian fake porn spam. Alright, so, in our equipment, towards the end game, you're going to have to make both of those. Alright, objects, stations. We need wire and thick electrical tape. Yes. We have to make the crap imposed by the developers. In fact, there is rubber there, and now we have the recipe for thick electrical tape. So we go to resources and that. So we need 2 rubber, and unfortunately the best way to get it is with a pair of scissors and another tool we have to make. I don't think there's any just laying here. You can actually recycle your pillow and get the fabric out of it. But there's also things like this. Oh, that's fabric. We don't need that just yet. Like these containers. You'll want to break those up too. plastic. Food and water, yay. Alright, we'll come back for you. The rest of your stuff. We do need a drink though. And we'll go ahead and eat and drink one more bottle of water. Pick up rubber. Do we need 2 rubber for that? I don't remember. Alright, alcohol is useful for other stuff, but you can also drink it when you get in the frozen area, and it will warm you up but dehydrate you and make you drunk. Yeah, we need 2 rubber. You can get the rubber from those containers, but you have to remember that your handy scrapper doesn't last forever. Some wire and plastic, which we will need. Definitely gotta hurry up and get the besides getting the expansion for your oxygen carrying capability, you can also create a couple devices which you can use to, or a device you can use for right now that will allow you to position a oxygen station, or you can go and pick up oxygen from. I'm just gonna top off, then we'll go back over there. Breaking those can come in handy. Alright, what did I get for those? Plastic, got more metal, some fabric, wire. It would be nice if we could see the durability of our handy scrapper. Durability 13. In order to get this is the rubber, we need shears, and I'm mistaken, I had to break this open. Some more rubber. I thought one of these had a set of shears in it. There's a condom. I would think that would be trivial as hell, but it's actually going to be useful. No, not for that. And not for her. Well, we're trying to find the shears. Let's see if we can actually make it over to that other piece. I don't remember... Yep, there's our handy scrapper gone. Shamefully, I have the metal. This game is a lot of fun in a lot of different ways. It's a great time killer. I say, whenever possible, curry spares. So I'm going to go ahead and build a second one. That's what's picking up the extra metal. Alright, where was that thing at? It was right there. Yeah, let's go ahead and quickly top off. I believe I can make it over there. So, with that, we can come over here to this, and
The largest condom in the world, and also an emission of gas, most likely oxygen, are detected ahead. There's
Most
no
likely
data on the
oxygen.
condom being suitable for an oxygen reservoir, but you can try to construct a simple balloon for distracting yourself from fatal thoughts.
Yeah, these oxygen candles, very important as well. Make sure I got everything that I could possibly get. Yep, new blueprint, oxygen balloon. And hurry up before I die, so that I can create this oxygen balloon. One more really important tool that I want to make also before I get much farther along, which makes life so much easier. So equipment, oxygen balloon, I need thick electrical tape, which resource, thick electrical tape. Fortunately, I needed that for the crap imposed by the developers, which was this. So, crap. Well, let's go ahead and do this and get it over with. We'll put that number 3 slot. Actually, it's some crap imposed by the developers. So, there we go. We now have... You completed the entire unique thing.
The electrical stimulation is complete. After your brain's activity while you were working, your brain was stimulated with small electrical charges to improve your engineering skills. Judging by the result, it didn't work and caused a number of hallucinations. However, it was entertaining. You still can't get past the radiation, but I will mark the coordinates of the rescuers for useless motivation.
All right. So I do like the placement thing. It looks oddly like a penis instead of balls. Some crap imposed by the developers. So that's done. Yeah, so we need to build this. So we need some thick electrical tape. So we need some more rubber. So... let's see, the next spot that was important for that is over there, I think. Down there inside that. That's going to be our next nice objective that we need. But really need that frickin' rubber, though. Gee, can't tell that the flying was done. Yeah, you know, this is Unreal Engine 4. So, you got this stuff right here, the plating, but required shears, and I don't remember if there were shears inside. I think the ones that I did get before were somewhere else. They were in a container. There's a survival guide you can put in the TV and watch the video. Actually entertaining, but I don't want to show everything, because, you know, if you're going to play the game, you want to be able to find stuff. Get down here as quick as I
Toilet
can.
detected. Some of our clients are very sensitive about toilet talk, and therefore we included a dictionary filter which will judging by the amount of joy around, this is the debris of the liner's public toilet. This means that there may be large...
We're going to
Supposed to call it Hammond, although this toilet doesn't look like a manned robot.
Alright, we got to hurry up and get back. Because there's another one we need to visit. Something that will definitely come in handy. But of course, I really need this oxygen tank. The hamster is definitely not useful. Not that I've seen so far. So we're just going to dump him on the ground. Let's see if we can hurry up. No, it was right here is where I need to go, for one thing. And just to try to get there as quick as I can.
Judging by the degree of decomposition, this subject died long before the catastrophe. We have a murder here, Sherlock, and we just have to ignore it.
Light bulb, which is Very handy. That box of condoms is not useful. Shit. I have a big bust and slender legs, and I want to know and motivate to save me. Well, I'm going to take some health loss here. Meh. Hurry up, damn it. Alright. So if I was worried about my health right now, then I could regenerate by laying down in bed. You lose thirst and hunger.
The waste disposal system is damaged and is operating in reverse mode. The toilet can suck objects flying past the shuttle when the tanks are full.
Oh, there we go. That's the ticket. Okay, that is interesting. I never held long enough to actually get anything to happen. So apparently, by peeing on this long enough, it generated an item. That is definitely interesting. I needed the rubber. Can you give me another one? Shit. That's something that was totally unexpected. I did not know you could do that. Oh, shit. Quench your thirst. I had plenty of water, so. The yellowish liquid water, yeah, it's actually useful for other stuff. So I need one more of you. I don't have any damn scissors right now. And the light bulb is useful for making two things. And come on. Give me one more frickin' piece of rubber off of that. That's funny that it does immediately affect your drink meter. There we go. If you're not peeing directly on it, it doesn't go up very fast. What is that? Plastic. This is just amusing. Hell of a way to do some farming is to pee on something. Ah, that's a ticket. Yellowish water. We don't need all this yellowish water. First off, let's eat. Drink one more. Then put some of this away. Don't need all this wire right now. I'm good on wire for a while now. Plastic, refined metal, light bulb, metal, nutritious goo. The condom we are going to need really shortly. What was the other parts we needed? Let's see, resources. One wire, two plastic, and thick electrical tape. Shit. Yeah, so we're gonna have to go back out and get one more rubber somewhere to create the thick electrical tape. And yes, I can sit here and pee all day long, but you know, where's the fun in that? Two. There we go.
A standard coffin of the Global Funeral Agency. The opening of the coffin will be considered an offense and an act of vandalism, but no one will judge you if you die.
Oh, yes, oxygen, oxygen, oxygen. But we should be able to fix that now. The phase 1 portion of fixing it, at least. So, resources, thick electrical tape, equipment. Need one more plastic. I got plastic. There we go. Equipment. Oxygen balloon. Made from a condom, wire, 2 pieces of plastic, and some thick electrical tape. So, just equip it. Now we have 75 seconds of oxygen. Makes life a little bit easier. We're going to go straight down over here to this next part because, well, I know what's there. And it's the next thing on the waypoints for us to do.
The service supply compartment, almost intact. They usually install oxygen stations here. You would be in luck if you managed to get inside.
When you get 50 seconds of oxygen, getting this door open sucks. Especially when you keep flying away and you're trying to hit the damn thing and stay next to it, and you bump into it and like, okay, I'll get a little closer, and then that shit happens. Yes.
There can be no mistake here. This is a working autonomous oxygen station. It can be used for long-distance flights if you don't break it.
Well, that would be good.
You must carefully remove the station by removing two... screws. Anyway, this doesn't matter anymore. At least now you have an understanding of how to assemble one. You have a set of its parts and a light taste of despair.
I'll take the despair, please. Shears required. I've only found like 3 pairs of shears. Ah, there we go. Thank you, chicken. That chicken is quite useful for shorting out electrical stuff. So, to extract the rubber, which makes it a little bit easier, there's a few places around where you can find like that you can use your shears to cut it out. But this right here gives you a nice little shortcut for a place to grab some oxygen as you're working close by. But the oxygen stations are going to be your most handy because you can place them wherever you want and then recharge your breathing from there. There's also, it will deplete, but there is also an apparatus you can build which recharges them as well. So alright, being this was built off of Unreal Engine 4, really and truly it's not that complicated of a game when it comes to, and I'm carrying these with me because I can actually use those to give myself some oxygen. But yeah, I mean, honestly, since it's not multiplayer, there's not a hell of a lot going on. You don't have any character animations for walking around, so that saves you a little bit on there. Alright, we're going to need some foodstuffs. Fabric. You learn to get to where you ignore that the fake messages there. I have seen the end game for this, and it is absolutely freaking hilarious. Don't really need the water right now. I've got some water. Food. There we go. So I'll make 2 of those. I got 2 waters already. So yeah, the oxygen generator used to recharge the oxygen stations that you can drop. There, oxygen station. So of course, thick electrical tape and aluminum, and it comes in handy to get the aluminum if you have a drill. So thick electrical tape. And then again, the way to get thick electrical tape is rubber, and therefore you got to have a pair of shears. Or get lucky on your pickups. eat. And we'll just max out our food and water. Alright, so right over here I've found that there's honey, of all things here. I'm not going to get any of it, but you can use it to help your food.
Some brain cracking game.
I don't want that. I want rubber. Alright, so yeah. Beer can. Don't have a scanner just yet, but yeah. Press X to restart. So yeah, they were playing a video game whenever their shit blew up. Here. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to do. Along with having the 75 seconds of oxygen, which comes in quite handy, it'd be nice to have some form of jetpack. Just to kind of help us scoot along a little faster. So let's get the stuff we need to make the jetpack. I didn't pick up any additional rubber, so. And I need to go to right there, I think. Yeah, let's top off and make a run for it. The jetpack is quite interesting. Freezing danger. Okay. Not in danger of freezing just yet. And
An automatic shuttle temperature control system. Due to the freezing of the sensors, it works at maximum power and is able to melt the cooling gel along with the helmet.
Wasn't where I needed to go. Yeah.
Depressurization may occur in the vicinity of the toilet pump when the waste tanks are damaged externally. It is highly recommended not to sit on it during such moments.
Poor dude got sucked into the frickin' commode. So let's get back. We got one of the materials. I don't know if it gave you the blueprint or not. We'll see, though. Yes, yes. You can see we move at 12 meters a second. That's our current max speed. With the jetpack, or thruster, I should say, takes you up to 20 for short burst. There we go. A complex device for outputting accumulated gases to accelerate the body in weightlessness. Ineffective when used on a healthy stomach. Okay, so are you getting the idea of how this actually works yet? The number one ingredient is a shawarma. Until recently, she ran about and gnawed the wiring. It is a rotten rat kebab. Yeah, think about that. So you have this really horrible food that you eat, which then gives you incredibly bad gas. And then this device right here gets shoved into your butt. And then as you're farting, it propels you. So we need the yellowish water and refined metal. Refined metal, yellowish water. Interesting. But it's a very handy tool. No matter how terrible it sounds. But that's, again, you know, oh, see, it changed the icon right there. I didn't notice that before. If I unequip it, the button goes away. But if I equip it, we now have a button here. Interesting. I didn't notice that. So, yeah. The jetpack now is going to help us to get to a little bit farther away spots before we have breathing troubles. Gotta say, though, I mean, there's not a whole lot that's going on. You go through, the next things you're going to have to create is going to be You're going to need to create your spacesuit, your enhanced spacesuit, instead of the basic one you're wearing. And you're going to have to build a helmet. You're going to need a drill. You're going to need some other basic tools. And yeah, overall...
I understand that such an image can horrify you, but put your mind at ease. You will need to pay only half the cost of a damaged spacesuit in such a situation. The Breathedge agency is proud of its loyal attitude towards clients.
Yeah, he's only being charged for half of his spacesuit. Because, you know, half of it's still there. You know? Oxygen is not unlimited. The left shift will give you your sprint slash jetpack effect. Was playing really seriously, you could probably complete this game in about 3 hours time. Just casually playing through right now and just wandering around talking and that kind of stuff. But so you've got a lot of stuff you can actually find. I still need to dig up somewhere a pair of shears, but let's see.
A model from the advertisement of the Global Funeral Agency. She looks good even without her head, but I wouldn't recommend touching the picture, as it could be regarded as sexual harassment.
But you will find other things like on the rocks there is random locations. We need to hurry up and get back. Ice you can extract. There's aluminum ore you can extract, which you're going to need aluminum. Keep forgetting I've already got a jetpack now. But yeah, the number one thing right now is getting lead and paint, so you can make leaded paint as part of your spacesuit. Just looking over here really quickly and show you on this rock. Yeah, you got ice you can harvest. Which is that, and then aluminum, which you need a drill for the aluminum. Always want to break these apart. Alright, well, that was the honey treat thing. Some wire and plastic. Don't need those right now, but the jetpack and the enhanced air, and then the oxygen stations and regenerators are going to be your lifeblood. Because you're tethered by such a short oxygen supply, that's how you're actually able to get out there and actually do more, is you create those. And got to have those damn shears. So I can get more rubber, which there's a bunch of rubber laying around. It's just I don't have the freaking shears. I've been to that one over there as well. Got another playthrough, which let's go ahead and well, I'll do really quickly is just change over to the other one. That way I'm not scavenging for stuff and just totally laming out right now. We're almost at we got a few more minutes. We're almost at the hour mark. You know, I kept my dead hamster. But you can actually save your game and load. Actually, let's go back to the main menu. So yeah, I mean, that's being made from Unreal Engine 4. It's kind of nice to see some of the things that they're doing, which are really not that hard to do, but look at, you know, the models that they've created and everything else. Not bad overall. By tethering the player with short oxygen, then kind of upgrades the length of playtime, I guess you can say. Check those right there. But what I've done is go out and set up some... See, I got 3 oxygen stations over there. Do I have any more with me? No. Got scanner, drill. Got an oxygen generator, which is used to refill the other ones. I need to get some glass, which was the next thing to do on this playthrough, and then I can build my helmet piece, and that will get me pretty close to the extraction point, which is way over there with the fist icon. But by having these extra helpful devices, like the oxygen tanks, you see I've been using these. Was over here getting paint. You can, I don't remember what tool you need, but you can actually dismantle them and remove them. But you can build as many as you freaking want, as long as you got the materials for it. So what I try to do is, without using my jetpack, I want to fly from point A to point B, and not rely on using my jetpack to get to the next one, because, you know, things happen. You know, you might bump into a rock, get snagged, whatever. Just want to be on the safe side. So with these, I can get from one to another without running out of oxygen. You know, cut it close, but I can fill all the way back up. Uh-oh. There we go. And then I can fly to the next one. About 300 meters is about how far you can get without using your jetpack to get from point A to point B without hesitating or what have you. So both of these I've got over here are actually relatively close to each other, because there was stuff to do and stuff to harvest and whatnot. So I just stuck another one over there so I didn't have to rush to get back and forth, and see whether or not I could actually move them by bumping into them or not. But knowing that I can get to and from these without using my jetpack is a good thing. So if I use my jetpack, it's going to replenish, because apparently my stomach is vile, and as long as I have an upset stomach, then I can pump out the gas required. See, getting the paint to mix with the lead. There's lead balls floating around here you can harvest as well. You got to come over here. You harvest these big sausage tanks, and sadly, each one of them only gives you 2 frickin' paint. Just happen to find other paint sources laying around. It's not bad overall. It's a game you can play seriously and try to play and beat and so forth. There's new stuff coming for it, which will be out soon. See, that one's 152. I can just fly back over here to this one. I just came out here to showcase what these the extenders are. But you can sit here and space these out. Now, at certain areas, there is freezing problems. Okay, we're full. And not so bad, but what happens is you get a frost effect on your helmet, and if it gets too much, then it blocks off your vision completely, and you won't be able to see where you're going. It won't kill you, but not being able to see where you're going to get to the nearest oxygen station will actually cause you to die, because you can't get to your O2. So if you're going to play the game and you just want to goof around for a while instead of just going straight to the end point, then build as many of these freaking oxygen stations as you can. Use a little bit of my jetpack to get there sooner. So what I was doing with this playthrough, like I said, there's only like 2.5 hours in, trying to figure out the game. I didn't want to be completely a frickin' noob before doing any kind of video on it. I mean, I'm noob enough as it is. I don't need anything else to really make me look even more stupid. I'm going to do a video on a game, but I'm not going to play the game first. So I don't know what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. I don't get videos like that. And how do they even get views on videos that someone goes in? And I like first look videos. Okay, this is what it looks like. Oh, this is awesome. On games, most games like first person shooters, not hard to figure out. But some survival games like these are typically get to be a pain in the ass. Oh, well, you've got to, do this before you can do that. And it just gets too freaking complicated. I need to drink, and I need to eat. So, this was easy to jump into and just say, oh, I could figure this out. And the tooltips and guidance along the way are quite humorous. Yes, I even brought a corpse back here just, well, because. He just ragdolls. Doesn't do anything. I don't have any food and water, do I? No. I'll make some food and water. But yeah, this game was like $15, so it's not gonna break the bank. Two of Jew. There's plenty of other ice around. The stuff that's floating around outside your ship initially will run out. It's not infinite. Ice. But there is ice asteroids floating around like this one right here. You can harvest that, and it will give you ice for creating a water. There's some that it's actually on the side of the larger asteroids floating around. There's plenty of sources to get food and water from around here. Sure, flying around the cabin there. Alright, so we're going to gobble these down. And it's not going to need me enough to make enough water. Now you can make the sweet package, which is the honey and ice. Gives you a lot more hunger, settles a lot more of your hunger, but it's a -5 on thirst. So that will give you 40, or that'll give you 25. So, double that down, and we need more ice for water. So yeah, you can. Some people have their thing where they got to rush to beat the game as quickly as possible, but then okay, that's fine. To each their own. Alright, so I need 2 more. But it doesn't hurt to go ahead and build a save game where you're going around and putting out all these oxygen things, trying to get as much stuff as you can. Stuff to break. Because there is new content coming really soon. Well, that new content, there will be more things to do here. I'm not going to say anything about the end game because that's something that, it's metal. I didn't need that. I have no shortage of metal. Oh no, gotta hurry. Let's use a jetpack. Alright, so yeah, we'll leave it at that. We're at the 1 hour mark. Fix my thirst, save my game, and yeah. It's a fun game to kill time with. I will probably do another stream on this game that's actually going to cover not, gameplay of it. Unless more people say, oh man, that was cool, I want to see more of this game. That's one thing. But I actually will use this as an example game for things like that door and how to create that in Unreal Engine 4 to make that door go in and out, or the switch to turn the light on and off. Same thing with the radio. You can switch radio on and off, things like that. I'm not going to do things like picking up the guy, and I've done videos on that, and other people have done videos on that. But picking up ragdoll physics, little things like that, showing examples on how to build some of these aspects on your own. To set up a crafting system, maybe that's a more in-depth thing. An inventory system. Whenever I go here to go to a crafting thing, bang, we got a hole. And this is just a widget blueprint that's going to do this. So what I'll do is I'll do another video that just talks about how these things are actually made and how to actually create some of these same things. But I think overall, though, it is a fun game to play. But the key that I wanted to showcase with this one is not just that, okay, it's fun, it's funny, but it was made with Unreal Engine 4, and pretty much anybody can make a game like this with a little bit of patience. You don't need a big budget. A game like this might help having a little bit of vodka or tequila or something, but the guys that made this definitely have a sense of humor, and I applaud them for that. It's just different enough to be cool, but it's still familiar enough to where it's easy to really get into it and be able to play it. So like I said, the next video I do is up to the viewers, but honestly, I want to showcase how to actually make things like this. The first aid kit, okay, lovely, but actually scan that so you can start crafting it. Haven't figured out what that's used for yet. There's a lot of stuff coming in this game. Your task list, things like that. But yeah, you got a really good menu system. Yeah, it's just cool in general. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and hit me up on Discord if you got any questions. If you want to ask things like, oh, how did they make this door, or how did they make this door, things like this, the plugged leak, or the light switch, or whatever, on how to make things like that, we'll do it. Alright, I'm going to get out of here, and I'm going to take a break for a little bit. I'll probably come back and either just play this game and enjoy it. We'll exit the desktop, and we'll see you guys soon. Let me know what you want to see.